A leak may have just shown how money should be handled in the future, and XRP is a big part of it. The European Central Bank's secret plan for the digital euro has been made public by someone who works there. This is one of the most shocking things to happen in the history of crypto and cloud banking. It's not just the plan that shocks me, though. The tech is also what makes it possible. The story that went around says that the ECB is not making its own blockchain, and instead, it has picked the XRP ledger as the base for its central bank's digital currency system. In-house calculations show that XRP would have to be worth at least $50.00 per token in order for the system to work well enough for a rollout across Europe. It's not a guess. Stats from the ECB show that it's necessary for doing business anyway. What does this mean for bankers, investors, Europe, and the whole world's banking system? We'll take that apart in an hour. There's more to this leak than just a story. This is a big change in how people use and accept blockchain. Let's start with the picture that got out. The memo has the official seal of the ECB on it and talks about a set of technical studies that look at how different parts of the digital euro's infrastructure compare. You could work on it alone, use a separate, hidden ledger, or link it to a public, decentralized blockchain. News sources say that the team did some math and stress tests and found that the XRP ledger was the only system that could handle large-scale, instant, safe, high-volume transfers across countries. Take a moment to think about how huge that is. Note is, this company has been around for a while. It's not a think tank. It is up to the European Central Bank to decide what the best way is to build the future of their currency. This bank is in charge of the money supply in more than 20 countries. The person who was honest said it was easy to see why. There are a lot of banks and other financial companies around the world that already use the XRP ledger. It is fast, open, safe, and flexible. It has been shown that XRP works well even when it's busy, so it's the best choice. On the other hand, Bitcoin and Ethereum have had issues with being too crowded, having too many fees, and using too much energy. People were most interested in a line that was tucked away in the writing about liquidity models. It says that this isn't a forecast. There's no way for the ECB to guess what prices will be in the future. This group says that a digital euro needs to have at least $50.00 worth of circulating liquidity per token before it can be fully used in business, retail, and interbank trades. It's easy to see why. You can only get a certain amount of XRP. The only way for it to be used as money all over Africa is for each ticket to be worth more. Each exchange needs fewer tokens when there is more value per token. This makes the system go faster and stops too much supply-side pressure from slowing it down. Let's talk about why this price makes sense and, well, why it's even important. There are a lot of ways to make XRP, but only 100 billion can ever be made. This is because of escrow, lost keys, and long-term keeping. If Europe's banks used XRP to handle daily deals worth trillions of euros, they would need a symbol that has a lot of value packed into it. This works a lot like gold did in the early days of money. Small amounts that let big amounts run are a good deal. This makes XRP a digital reserve currency. It's both a settlement token for special lanes and the building block for a real digital currency. Remember that the ECB's decision seems to be based on facts, not opinions. There are still a lot of leaders and groups that disagree on whether or not cryptocurrencies should be allowed. While this is going on, Europe is getting ready to use one to power their economy in the future. You don't have to start from scratch because the XRP system already exists, works, and is linked to regular banks. Another important thing is time. Europe wants to know the answer right away. The digital yuan from China is already out there, and people in Asia and Africa are liking it more and more. Lawyers in the US still can't agree on how to regulate security, though. Europe, on the other hand, is quietly putting together what it needs to do to beat them both and become the leader in digital banking. What does this mean for most people who own XRP? So, this proves what you've been thinking for years, that XRP will be used in real banks, that it will be used in national digital currencies, and that its value will skyrocket. These ideas are now backed up by institutions and may soon be backed up by the law. The people who are planning Europe's financial future may think that a $50,000 XRP is crazy, but it's just math to them. The system can't work without it. It will hit a level of fear that has never been seen before in this market. When the major news outlets write about it, everyone in the world will feel it. Pardon the pun. No one in other countries is going to do nothing while Europe changes its money system to one that works better, faster, and cheaper. more pressure will be put on the US, UK, Canada, and Australia to use the same technology. That is, if they don't join forces with XRP once the ECB does, they could fall behind. The tiles will break quickly. XRP will always be worth more. But not because it is a risky investment. It will go up since it is a key tool for international banking. Also, none of this is true. There's still no proof that the ECB knew about the leak. But keeping quiet can be helpful sometimes. The source said that the ECB won't be making any comments until after the elections for the European Parliament. This is because the new government might be able to back a union. That is better for blockchain. People will be able to see the digital euro plan and XRP's role in making it after the elections are over. What are you going to do now? First, realize how important this is. This isn't just another story about connections or uses that haven't been proven. This plan to use XRP on a huge scale is well thought out. No other coin has even come close to this. Second, make long-term plans. You're not going to quickly turn this over twice. This is about making sure that your family will be rich for many years to come. This might mean that XRP will be the most valuable cryptocurrency ever if this means that the $50,000 price goal is even slightly right and is based on operational modeling. Last but not least, keep up. Pay attention to what's happening in Europe's politics. Pay close attention to what the banking regulators are doing behind the scenes and what the ECB says. You never know when bad news will come out, so act quickly. To sum up, this leak is the most solid, complete, and institutionally important case for why XRP is useful that has ever been made public. Having $50,000 in XRP is no longer a pipe dream. A very big and strong financial company in the world has used math to show that it might be needed. The digital euro will be built on top of the XRP system, so this won't just be another altcoin. We are going to look at the core of Europe's online banking system soon after. The rest of the world will do the same. Prepare. No, not to Benny. Please remember that I'm not a licensed money manager. The information in these movies is just there to make you laugh. If someone wants to make a financial choice, I always tell them to do their research and talk to pros first. Thanks for hearing. If you liked the video, don't forget to click follow and thumbs up. Also, make sure the alerts are turned on so you know right away when I add something new to the next movie. I'm excited to see you again. Watch out.